Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another Esther 5D Energy. The heat is on here in the Midwest this summer, and we are all trying to find ways to stay cool. I've been spending a little bit more time inside in the afternoons. I usually like to go for walks at that time, but I've changed that to early morning. So I hope you all are adapting to it as we get through this part of our weather cycle and are finding ways to enjoy yourselves outside and with the longer days. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for the thumbs up and the likes. I appreciate that. I'm going to go into channel now and see what the guides have to say today. And this vessel steps back. And we step forward as the Galactic Command to congratulate you on another phase of your evolution, on another portion of consciousness awakening on the earth. And we know that that fifth dimensional perspective is the big picture. And some of you are not aware of what is going on here on the earth plane from that perspective. In fact, most humans are not accessing the information, the fifth dimensional perspective, through their intuition. You may have flashes or pictures. You may have a knowing now and then, but it's going to come to a point where this will be the flow of energy and how you navigate here. Most of you will be here when that happens. Most of you. There may be a few that decide to leave so that they can come back in a new body, already fully equipped with that fifth dimensional perspective, that big picture, so that navigating here is much easier. But as you get flashes, pictures, knowings, congratulate yourself, acknowledge it. Allow for an acceptance and an opening of being a different type of human on the planet. Allow yourself to shift into this new perspective. Welcome it. You may notice that parts of your personality may become very apparent to you. Parts of your personality that in the past were acceptable, unconscious. And now you may wish to change it. You see, as your perspective shifts, you shift. Your personality is not set in stone. It is constantly evolving. And you know this, for you think differently than you did when you were a child. You think differently than you did when you were a teenager. You think differently than you did 10 years ago, perhaps. You are always learning and evolving through your experiences here. And there are programs that get entrenched and start running. And it's going to be easier for you to spot those when they pop up. And so instead of going into judgment or criticism of yourself, I did that again. I don't like the way I say that to people. I caught myself judging. Oh my goodness, I didn't need to be that harsh to that person. In my mind, even if I didn't say it out loud, I saw and I instantly didn't like someone. You see, those are programs that run. That was very common and part of the humanity here, the trajectory of the 3D, to be separate and feel separate from others. And now you're realizing that all of you are connected. You're all having a human experience, but you're all spirits having a human experience. At some point, those persons that you look at, there is a part of them that is awake. You can't see it, They're not even conscious of it themselves. They may not realize they have a higher self. They have a part of them that designed their experience here. So in that perspective, can you slow down a bit and say, look at the challenges they are having? They're learning something from that. And you don't have to know what it is they're learning. Allow them to experience it for themselves. Isn't it a relief to know that you don't always have to know why others are experiencing what they are? You can be compassionate. That's how you're in service to humanity. Allowing the room, the space for others to have these changes and challenges. And some of them may not be that difficult to challenge. They're just learning something that perhaps you already have. And you may be able to encourage them or be of assistance somehow. But you don't have to know why they are having these challenges. You don't have to figure it out. It will be slightly different from their perspective, how they proceed. So allow yourself to spot these judgments in your personality, or perhaps a way of being, a habit you have that you would like to shift. Know that they will be coming up for you. And this is how you're going to begin to move through the energy, designing your experience here with free will, as you have a blueprint and you have a higher self to guide you. But as you experience these challenges or awarenesses coming into you about your personality, you have the free will to shift it. You can let it go, so to speak. And you have in your past history had people say they reinvented themselves. This is a commonplace term that's used even for actors. They reinvented their persona, their person, the image of who they are because of the way that they acted, or perhaps a role that they were playing, or perhaps just a different way that they wanted to be or express themselves. And it can be from the heart, you see. In other words, you're not going to have to design it from an idea of the outside of you, of something you've experienced outside of you that you perhaps emulate. Now is the time to have a genuine expression from the higher self. This is a highly advanced way of being, and you will enjoy moving into it as it gets easier and easier with the energy. As you move into being your true nature, which you have not experienced in the body. And instead of crossing over and transitioning and knowing who you are, you're going to experience that transition while remaining here in your body. So allow yourself to open up to the idea that you are shifting into that, for that is the path of the ascension. That's what it means. There's many layers to it, but that is certainly one of the main reasons you are growing in your consciousness, is so that that realization, that letting go of that persona that you were raised in, or image that you created through your experiences here, many of them can be let go. And you can simply allow what is underneath it all to come forward. And you can relax into this. There's no pressure. There's no time frame. In fact, many of you want to put pressure on yourselves to change. And pressure is a very constricting energy, isn't it? When you put pressure on something, you're squeezing it, you're holding it tight. That's the opposite of how your full self, your consciousness, can truly embody you here. It's by allowing and giving it space as you let go of the persona that was developed early on. As you honor it, you honor who you have been, for it has been part of your blueprint to experience it. But that shift that everyone talks about within you, for you personally, will be a letting go of that little by little. It will happen in stages. It will happen with realizations, a knowing, oh, I don't need to be angry about that anymore. I don't need to judge on that anymore. And I'm going to catch myself and I'm going to go, oh, there it is. It's coming up for me to see. You've made progress. That's letting go. You've seen it and you've recognized it and you've ready to shift from it. So fill that space with love and understanding and compassion for yourself and others, as all humans experience a shift in energy. And congratulate yourself on your progress, that you have been, we would say, completed many of the learnings of the 3D reality that some of the others you see haven't yet. So let them have their experience. You're going to start a new one. As the layers of the onion, so to speak, peel away, and what is in the middle? What is that love frequency for yourself? That pureness. It's different than what you see in a movie, that what they define love as. It's a peacefulness and accepting of what is, without judgment on it, just enjoying every moment, even the challenges, not even knowing what the purpose is of it. It will be revealed to you as you relax, as you work the puzzle of being here into higher consciousness and allow your true nature to be revealed to yourself. And as you expand your reality and shift it, you shift it all the way around, the full perspective, the big picture. So we thank you for being in service to humanity in this way. That is our message. And so it is. Thank you, and have a good week.